Shall we ignore her?
Speechless, right?
Thank you, fan code, first of all, for giving me my Maxi, who has won the Monza Grand Prix. So, hello guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taniyaa.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Taniyaa and welcome to our podcast on the Monza Grand Prix. We have just actually watched the race, so everything is fresh in our mind finally.
Too fresh.
Yeah. But today we have a very special guest on our podcast episode. We actually got an Italian to talk about how it feels to watch Max Verstappen dominate Monza Grand Prix. So we have Lorenzo with us. Thank you so much for coming to our podcast and taking out some time to doing this.
Very welcome. It's a pleasure to be here, of course.
That's our moment.
Hello.
Who actually spoke about Alonso.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I was the one who jinxed it, guys.
Yeah.
I was the one.
Every time we say something about Alonso, poor Alonso is not being able to perform.
My name is Sahil. I think everyone's done with the intros.
First, let's start with what Max Verstappen did in the quali. Fastest
Cool.
lap set in the history of Formula 1. Fastest lap set in Monza. Insane drive in a shitbox.
I think I wouldn't call it a shit box per se because it's a shit box when it comes to a lot of turns. Not many turns here.
Yeah.
They have a good straight line speed and we saw the rear wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a very tiny little thing over there. It wasn't even a wing.
Yeah.
So I think having a low downforce setting worked for Red Bull.
Yeah.
During free practice, we used to say, "Oh, Red Bull is a shit." No, and at the end in the race is the best car ever.
Correct,
because-
correct.
Yeah, of course.
I think they also nailed the Ascari chicane. They were very comfortable with their car.
Mhm.
I think Verstappen was very comfortable with their car. Even Norris slipped up over there. Piastri a little. Hamilton and Leclerc also slipped up a little over there. But I think Verstappen was really good with the Ascari chicane.
Yeah.
The new curve over there, which is not that high anymore.
But I think being the Ferrari fan and Lewis Hamilton fan, I think the race ended during the free practice when they came first and second.
The first free practice.
First.
Also, Sainz was third at that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it was current and ex-Ferrari.
Yeah, it was good.
I'd like to ask you one thing. You being an Italian, being a hardcore Tifosi, what is your view on Sainz leaving the team? Sainz letting go of the team?
Of course, I was supporting Charles Leclerc since he was in Alfa Romeo,
Correct.
and of course I support Charles. But of course, Sainz, I don't like that much how the team managed the situation, because of course Ferrari's team, Ferrari management.
In my opinion,
Yes, are in trouble in this such of situation, because if you're thinking about Max Verstappen, this such of carton, it's confusing me.
You should get him out of it.
Sebastian Vettel, for example, if you're thinking about Sebastian Vettel, how he managed the situation, also Alonso,
Correct.
and many drivers before, it seems messed up when we have to touch this such of situation, and they close the mega deal with Lewis before the start of season in 2024 for 2025, and then in my opinion Sainz was very fair during all the season.
Yeah.
He was actually performing better than Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
Of course, because maybe he felt more free, more without pressure, because of course
Yeah.
he already knows.
He was leaving anyways.
In my opinion, in this situation, many claps to Sainz. Many congratulations.
But I asked him this question. I was like, when you saw that video where the entire crowd came to see Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. I asked him. I was like, are they there for Hamilton? Are they there for Charles?
Of course, Charles Leclerc in Italy is, how do you call it? He's very close to people, because first of all he's speaking Italian, and this
That's
is
I think the biggest thing.
Yes,
for a driver.
yes, of course.
Correct.
If you wanna do some benchmark with, for example, another big Ferrari, for example, Michael Schumacher, in other sport, because of course Schumacher was a very nice driver. He goes very hard, very. It's the number one in the world, maybe. Of course, the best driver that Ferrari had in the recent age. But first of all, he did not speak Italian.
Yeah.
This for Tifosi is so important.
Correct.
And then Charles grew happy in Italy, because he used to drive car in Italy, all championship he did in Italy, and then of course he knows Italian people. He learned before Italian and English.
So he connects really well
Yes,
to
of
the
course.
community.
the first language for Charles is French, of course, because he comes from Monaco, he used to live there, and so on. But during teenage area, he's used to drive in Italy. He knows Italian, he knows Italian people, and of course, he knows how to manage.
He knows the culture, he knows the tradition.
Yeah.
He knows the
Yes,
etiquettes.
of course. Also about his situation with his father, he's passed away during his F2 before the start. And of course, the very famous White Elias, that
The white line.
He told his father.
Yeah.
It's very, very popular. Also.
But also, he told me this really interesting story about the F2 crash that his best friend had.
About Hubert.
Yeah.
Hubert.
Where the crash was there.
Yeah.
Spa, right?
Yeah, in Spa when he passed away. Of course, Charlie's some problem with the fate because many small things happen. First of all, his mentor is like leader. It's like the person who teach almost everything in very young age for Charles was Jules Bianchi.
Okay.
He is the first person who passed away. After that, Charles continued to drive. He did not give up, and he starts with his kart career and so on, and then going from F2. After F2, he going to F1, and the third, I don't remember the second and third year in F1 is very, very close friend, Frank Hubert, crashed dramatic crash in F2 race in Spa, and the day after, Charles Leclerc, the first race in his career in F1, he won. In fact, if you gonna to this such of race, after the race, even if Charles won his first Grand Prix, his team really was very, very soft, very, very smooth, because all his, in my opinion, his thought goes to his friend.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the next race was Monza, and he won also there.
Yeah.
And in Monza was another situation.
Was that the same year that Charles
Yes.
won the Monza, or was it
The 2019, yes.
2019? Yeah.
2019, yes.
Every tragedy or every incident that Charles has faced by losing someone really close, he's taken it really well.
It's made him stronger.
Yeah.
He's taken it really well.
Also for his father, for example, in
Yeah.
F2, when the father passed away, he won race 1 and race 2 in Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
I think that's the reason why he's able to keep up with the Ferrari team.
Yeah. He's so used to trauma.
He's like, let the trauma come and I can deal with that.
Like,
That's the difference right there. Leclerc can deal with the whole trauma that's coming in from Ferrari. Hamilton's not able to deal with that.
Trauma, I win.
But I have a very interesting thing to say. He is actually a Hamilton fan.
Yes, I'm
Really? Being a Tifosi.
Yeah, I'm Tifosi, of course, I'm Tifosi. But in 2021, when happened the situation between Max and Lewis, in Italy, most of your people support Max. Because, of course, many years in a row that Lewis is going to win and everybody wants some change. And then most of your people support Max. But after some years, they understand that Max, the drive style of Max was very, very aggressive. At the limit in all meanings, no? In the rules, yes.
Everything is just pure aggressive.
Yes, and slowly the people try to change his mind. Of course, not everybody, because is there also Max fan in Italy, of course. But they maybe understand the situation with Lewis. And after many years, once Lewis changed into Ferrari, very enthusiastic, a lot of expectation about this change. And in my opinion, if you see the number, the data, Lewis is not that much back, because of course Ferrari is still second in the world standing, no? And then that means that both of driver are really nice, because of course Ferrari is not clearly the second force in the world champions, because today, for example, Max won, and some race also Russell got a podium, and that means that the team is solid, because two drivers.
It's consistent. It's consistent on the second rank for the constructors. It's just that you don't have the drivers scoring podiums that often, but they're very consistent on the points.
Both are getting points, being in top 7. And that's adding up to the total. That's where Ferrari is standing second and standing strong on second.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't ever forget that one race both disqualify. The last race both DNF.
Yeah.
And despite that, are
They're
still
still
there.
second.
Are still there.
That's correct.
That means that both drivers are very nice. And Lewis is a nice driver.
Yeah.
Basically, he's not faithfully for himself, but he's a nice driver. If you want to change with another driver, I don't know which one could be better than Lewis now.
Correct.
Of course, science demonstrated
Science,
it's
yeah.
good, of course.
Obviously.
But now, this Ferrari is not very easy to drive, very easy to handle for many reasons. Not only for the car, but only for the team around the drivers.
Strategies and
Yeah,
The
strategy,
engineers around.
but also
Strategy.
the pressure, the Tifosi put on them, because the Tifosi is pushing very hard. For that reason, the management can be solid at the same time, because management also is under pressure.
I know, right? I think that happened to Mattia Binotto.
And Mattia Binotto, yeah.
Yeah, so he was under that pressure. He couldn't deliver the performance. He was sacked.
Yeah.
And that's the whole cutthroat business out there for the Tifosis.
And at the moment
Culture.
also Fred is still sustaining this by keeping Ferrari on second.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line the results go a little more haywire or something like that.
I think if they come fourth in the constructor, then Fred's looking at the way out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But
They wanna be
Ferrari, in my
rocky.
opinion, made a very big mistake at the start of the year.
Which is?
Level up the expectations.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Because if everybody say, okay, this year we have a very nice car, we can try to fight, but McLaren, we know it's a very, we have to start and see. Completely could be different, because of course the Tifosi say itself understand that okay, McLaren is a very nice team. We have to fight. Maybe we can try to win some race. Everything could be different.
Okay.
But at the start of the season, everybody says, we are here to win the championship, we are here to be the number ones, and so on. And then, after one or two races,
You get to
yes, of course,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
truth
yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, the truth came out, and then everybody understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was a very wrong hype up.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be
I
the
think
case.
it all came along, obviously.
With
By
Hamilton.
Ferrari, Hamilton joining in.
It was
Mercedes
more
wasn't performing that well last year, but the Ferrari cars were decent.
decent.
And they're consistent again.
They were second again last year.
Yeah, but when another mistake that they did was they also tried to hype it up in that way was also because of Sir Lewis Hamilton joining Ferrari. And then the whole marketing and branding strategies that they were putting, that was also an additional pressure.
Yeah.
The whole gimmick made it happen.
Yes.
That is true.
And also there are another aspect that this year the car has failed.
Yeah.
They made a big mistake with the project because it was too low, the car.
Yeah. Plank wear was.
Yes, plank
The
issues
plank
with
issue,
the
yeah.
pressure tie, they have to
Yeah.
manage lift and coast every race, and they're still there.
Yeah.
It's a very small detail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you remind that last season, he got second only at the last race, only in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Correct.
And this is also another aspect to take in consideration.
True.
But of course, McLaren made a better job.
Has done a brilliant job.
Brilliant job.
Brilliant
Compared
job.
to the same way Red Bull did it in 2022,
Yeah.
Yeah.
McLaren
Yeah.
did it this year.
McLaren is fluid. They've just
And
picked up
Unbeatable.
from
Yeah.
they picked up from last year.
Yeah.
Small little changes and more to make it much more better
Yeah.
this year.
I think that's where even Ferrari went wrong to redevelop the whole car.
Yeah.
Those guys just evolved the car.
Yeah.
These guys revolutionized the car and
Yeah.
then went back.
Yeah.
So,
But I have a question.
Mhm.
When Hamilton actually came into Ferrari,
Mhm.
what was so we were told on the internet that the Tifosis are not very happy to see Hamilton in Ferrari. Is that true?
A part of Tifosi, that's true, because a part of Tifosi are still skeptical about Lewis because we are used to have many drivers at the end of his career comes to Ferrari, for example, Kimi Raikkonen and others, for example. We are used to see many drivers from the top come to Ferrari and then going down and then retire themselves. And then many Tifosi thought about that. Huh?
Yeah.
Hamilton is a very old, he won a lot, but now is the age is changing, and then we are very skeptical. And of course, now is there a part of Italian that start to blame Lewis, calls Bollito. Bollito is mean like a very senior man that they don't understand anything. So something like this. It's a very bad word in my opinion. Of course, in my opinion, Hamilton doesn't deserve this. But there are a part of Italian that start to blame Hamilton. It was the same, in my opinion, the same people that was skeptical at the start.
That is going to be the case everywhere. There's always going to be two sides of the coin. Some are going to really like the decision that's made by thinking that he's a very experienced driver who's coming in, maybe can pull up the team a little more further. And there's also a part as they're thinking that he's now done, like he doesn't have that spark in him to get another world championship.
Mm-hmm.
So of course it's going to be two sides, but
I think
there is still a good huge fan base for Lewis still in
the amount of things he's done for the whole motorsport and world around, he's always going to have the biggest fan base.
True.
In and outside Formula 1.
Sure.
But the only problem is, till the time he doesn't get his motivation back, that fire in him back, he's not going to win races.
True.
We saw that one race, sprint race,
China.
China. He won it. That was a drive apart.
Yeah.
That was the old times Lewis Hamilton that we were seeing there. But that has to come back on every race.
Exactly.
the spark has to be reignited.
Yeah.
That's true.
But there are some, so in Monza we had this pre-race interview where Max Verstappen said that it is a dream to drive in Ferrari for everyone. Do you think that the Tifosi would accept Max Verstappen in Ferrari?
It depends of his behavior.
I'll give you a good example to this. How Sebastian Vettel from Red Bull, being the most hated driver, turned into the most loved driver once he was in Ferrari.
Yeah.
He needs to change the way he thinks, the way he drives, the way he receives people and welcomes people.
Yeah.
Max is not a people's person.
Yeah.
He needs to become a people's person to become a part of the Ferrari family.
Right.
Yes, correct.
That's the way people would have accepted.
You've experienced that.
People's
He's not a
person.
people's person.
He's not.
At the race that we went, at the
Yeah.
fan podium and everything, it was the most least
But that's also,
interactive
I
person.
have a counter for that. It's also because he's extremely introvert and he does not like media, which he's always spoken about, that I don't like all of this.
It was
I'm
not
just here
media,
to-
it's a fan podium.
Yeah, but
Let's
that's
about-
just
you know
how
what-
he
you know
is.
what?
There's a community behind
Kimi
it.
Raikkonen, guys. Kimi Raikkonen.
Yeah.
Kimi Raikkonen.
The most introverted.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Very introspective person. But, by the way, all Ferrari fans loves
Love
Kimi.
him. They love
Why?
him.
Because it's not only the behavior in front of cameras. His behavior only on the track, his
Yes.
behavior only with the team. It's a very small details that everybody see and everybody can judge. This is the point. Therefore, it depends on Max. If Max behavior changes, Max wanna be more closer to Tifosi,
They love
everything can change.
They love
But do you think that Lewis Hamilton could win a championship in Ferrari, or is that out of the box? Very, very honest.
He wanna win.
He will.
Until he wanna win, there's some, so, you know, yeah.
So there's positivity and hopes that he will.
Obviously.
Yes.
Do you think Charles would win first or Hamilton?
There's going to be a higher chance for a repeat of what McLaren's going through right now. If Ferrari has the car, that's going to be with Hamilton and Leclerc, but then it'll end up Hamilton coming above Leclerc
Yeah.
with the experience.
Sure. Also, I feel that everybody wants that 8th World Championship of Hamilton, maybe more than Charles Leclerc's first championship.
No.
No.
No?
No, it's an equal thing.
Right.
The case going against Hamilton.
Yeah.
Massa's been claiming that it was his title.
Yeah.
If he wins it, Hamilton's going to go to the
Six.
He has to
Yeah.
go for 2 more.
Yeah.
So let's see. I hope it doesn't happen.
I have a very interesting question. We've spoken about Tifosi, you've spoken about Ferrari and everything. Now you see Ferrari, for example, if you see one of the drivers go out, say Lewis retires or say Charles leaves the team, would you pick any of the one drivers from McLaren to be a part of Ferrari?
I suppose that the first option for Ferrari could be Kimi.
Antonelli?
She's
Not
saying
from
from
McLaren.
Mercedes, I'm not from McLaren.
Not from McLaren.
See,
McLaren, first of all, we have to understand if McLaren drivers are willing to move to Ferrari.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't think so.
I
doubt
that.
I don't think so.
I think the only way McLaren drivers would leave McLaren and go to Ferrari that's possible only if they have an internal fight between
Yeah.
each other and they go to the next.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Ulus
Yeah.
gonna move.
Yeah.
It could be not the first time
Yeah.
in the history, of course. But in my opinion, the other driver on the grid that Ferrari could take against someone leave could be
Kimi.
Kimi. Yes.
Kimi Antonelli.
Only because he's Italian?
Not only because he's Italian, because he's also young. He's
You
also
can-
young.
It's like a Charles Leclerc
Yeah.
part two.
It's like training and getting
Yeah.
into the
Yes,
proper
and of
force.
course, all the team, our Italian team, of course, could be very next to Kimi. And also,
So when Kimi goes, I would say Kimi was the selection that you make is from the rookies or the very young talents. One experienced driver on the grid that would go to Ferrari, not him.
Why not him?
Oh, he's not a Ferrari
experienced
guy.
driver that is going to go and join Ferrari now. Maybe George, but George, in my opinion,
I don't think he fit in with the Ferrari.
maybe George only, because of course Fernando, Ferrari, we know that.
Coming back to Ferrari was the best thing for
I don't
Ferrari.
think so, because
Yeah.
you know how Ferrari and
Yeah.
Alonso broke up was
Yes.
very hard.
Very
and
bad.
I don't think so. That's true that management completely changed it, but of
I don't
course.
think any of the experienced drivers are there for a Ferrari pick. Except for Sainz going back this
Yeah.
once.
I mean,
Would
they
people
continue
actually-
with, they continue with Charles for a long period of time and then probably bring in Kimi. That could be a suitable option.
Yes, my opinion, yes, could be. Yeah, it could be.
Do you think they could go back to science?
No, I don't think
No?
so.
They never
Because
go
the
back
Sainz
to
don't want to go
Yeah,
go back.
sure.
Of course.
Oh.
Why-
Sainz
why
has
is
made
it?
a bold claim that next year they are going to be pushing for podiums.
Yeah, because he also has a Mercedes engine, and Mercedes engine on the paddock has a rumor to be one of the
Correct.
best next season. So
That's true.
yeah, I don't even think they're concentrating on 2025 anymore. They're just concentrating on 2026 now.
I think Mercedes is concentrating on 25 a little bit.
No,
here.
no, I'm talking about Williams.
Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
Williams, I think. they are
Williams
on the 20s.
is also still well positioned enough for the mid-table win. So
Yeah, but they're not pushing as many upgrades as
Yeah,
a
they're
team
not.
should
Yeah.
because
Yes,
they are
yes.
yeah.
But now, let's talk about that. We are on Williams.
Yeah.
About today's race with Sainz.
But before we get to today's race, I want to gift him something from Team Project Podium.
Really?
Yeah, because you have been kind enough to talk about Charles Leclerc. This is a poster we received from Quote Unquote.
Okay.
It's a Charles Leclerc poster, and I hope that you will enjoy. And someday he will win championship, only for you.
Something.
Someday.
Thank you so much.
and this is coming from someone who's not had a bottle of champagne since ages.
Oh yeah. That was the day.
After Max Verstappen win at Monza.
Yes, we're gonna talk about Max, for example. Max, this such a driver, is the driver against the cars. The driver against the cars. Because, come on, like papaya cars are insane,
Yeah.
are completely insane. And this guy is the only one that can fight against him.
Yeah.
You know Suzuka, you know this race.
Yeah.
It's the driver against car.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. And I think because of this mentality that he has, he's been able to perform that way, being all aggressive, all out, crazy.
And of course also the car almost made for him.
It is.
And stuff.
It's not
It is
Obviously,
made
it
for him.
It is
Only
made for him.
It is made for
Only
him.
for him, to the limits.
Yeah.
And then also that we have to take consideration.
Looking into the situation Red Bull has, it feels like 99% of the team makes that one car, which is Max's, and 1% is for the second driver.
The second time was like, okay, we're just replicating it with minor changes.
Yeah.
The
Seat
driver
or
to be
height
fitting
adjustment
it
because
there,
of
that's
UT.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, but they don't care about
They don't.
the characteristic of the other driver, no?
Yeah.
And then it's in my opinion, is a weakness signal, no?
Yeah.
Weakness signal because of course Lawson can trouble.
Yeah.
Now Tsunoda, of course, he prefers race through V-car because
Yeah.
I think the category wise, if you go to see, it's the first car, which is Max's car, and then they focus on the V car. Who's performing better to pull that?
No, V-car project is marginal project and doesn't, in my opinion, Red Bull doesn't involve in V-car project. V-car project is. It's strange to say, but the V-Car is like Italian team because it's based in Italy and all the development are made in Italy and it's very far away for mother, no, from Red Bull. And of course they got a very interesting car. It's a very competitive car.
Yeah.
And now it seems the driver
Yeah.
it could be stay in V-Car instead of. Yes,
No
exactly.
wonder Isaac did not perform today.
He's
He's
like,
like,
one
I'm
race.
not here.
I'm done. The next race I might perform a little, but now I'm not going back to the podium.
I'm not going to Red Bull, yeah. But let's start with Monza now. I am not going to answer this question, but I want to know from your side. What did you all feel about lap 1? How was Max's overtake and did he deserve to give the position back? Was he going to get a penalty or did Red Bull play it smart
Should I start?
to give the position back? Yes.
So the first thing about getting there to turn 1, not leaving a car's width to Lando, that was one mistake. That still can be considered as a racing incident. And when you're going on to the turn, he's always done that. Even if he doesn't have space, he goes in for the turn. He doesn't leave that place.
Yeah.
And history has its facts. So I feel that it was good for him to actually give it back. Otherwise, the old-time Max would be like, okay, let the penalty come in, I'm not giving the place back.
Sure.
But he knew it for a fact that if there's a penalty coming in right now, he wouldn't
might
be
not win.
on the podium at all.
Yeah.
So it was smart of him to give it back, otherwise he would have attracted a penalty.
I totally agree. I mean,
Yes, I agree. In my opinion, also Max to add something. I suppose that Max, even if he had the space, he could not go through the turn
Correct.
because he went too long. He's not too willing to turn properly.
Correct.
And then with space or without space, he
cannot just cut the corner and go ahead.
I think he heard the commentator saying this very well, that it is only going to be the first lap and the first turn where either you can overtake and figure out what your position is, rest everything is straight. So he's like, whatever comes through.
I think that's been him for turn 1's majority of times.
Yeah.
He has attracted a majority of his penalties are on turn 1.
Yeah.
He's attracted a lot of them.
Max crashed at him.
This was his father.
His father.
Yes, his father. His father crashed a lot.
Yours
Yes.
crash happened was
Yeah.
the thing back then.
But then I think like most of the race was pretty much boringish, but it's also Monza.
It wasn't boring. I wouldn't say it was boring. There was a lot of things happening in the midfield.
Yeah.
See, the top 5, they are always settled. So
Yeah.
we feel it's boring. But
Yeah.
when you look at the midfield,
Yeah.
there was a DRS train
That's true.
from the position 8th, I guess, all the way to 18th.
Hajar. Yeah.
10 cars.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And
Yeah.
people, even during qualies, the Q1, top 5 in Q1.
Not top 5. How many?
The
were
top
there?
10 actually.
Yeah.
Top 15.
Top 15. was it?
Top 15.
The gap was very
less than half of second.
Less than half a second, but I'm talking about the drivers that were there in the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
Monza, a lot of things happened before the race could even start. Losing out on Nico.
What was that?
Yeah. Then midfield battles that were ongoing. Then the strategy fuck up or the lockup that happened while changing the tires for McLaren.
We'll get to that.
Lot of
That
issues.
is a very important issue
Yeah.
that we actually need to discuss.
That's actually
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
deep issue.
Yeah. Also talking about Carlos Sainz, oh my god, what has happened to his luck?
Gone bad.
Every race, something or the other is
But
happening.
it was his doing this race.
Yeah,
as well.
this time it was his doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I won't blame it on the luck. I think he's just too desperate.
Yeah, he is. And you can't blame him because like he's not had even one breakthrough race this season.
Even the last Grand Prix, frankly speaking, the penalty doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Oh my
make sense
God,
at all.
yes.
Also, 2 points for super
Yeah,
license.
Super license.
But that
yeah.
was uncalled for, honestly.
It was not, and the FI stewards did not want to meet him. What do you mean by we don't want to meet you? Because like Carlos Sainz said that I want to meet them, I want to talk to them, they denied.
I think because he said it on the radio,
Yeah.
and
that
they
this
were
is
like,
this-
I want to prove. We are there sitting as an authority, we need to prove a point.
Yeah, that
So that was
was.
very shitty of that.
Carlos Sainz will perform or will do something good and maybe possibly be in points the next race. I'm saying.
You are good at jinxing.
I'm jinxing this.
You're not
Why are you
jinxing.
jinxing it?
You're hoping. You're not good at hoping.
Carlos
I'm bad at
will
hoping.
perform.
I should hope wrong things.
Man, if next year, in next race, next one or next 2 or 3, whatever, Carlos got the podium, I will give you a gift. Okay, you can choose whatever you want. I'll give you.
Battle passes for next year. But talking to the most important part of the race today, the McLaren fuck up.
The best part is,
One second.
one second. Even if Max won the race, the most important part is this.
That is true because sure Max won the race, fine. Dude, I picked this up from Franco. I told them Max won the race. I deserve this. You give it to me. And they were so sweet enough to give it to me.
Fair.
But McLaren, what is wrong with that team?
I think nothing's wrong with that team. It's
Sheer bad luck.
yeah.
It's not sheer bad luck. See, whatever happened in Hungary 24.
See, it's not about that. It's about making sure that your drivers believe you. Now over here, it was a mistake done by McLaren, not by the drivers.
Yeah,
It was
of course.
done by the pit crew.
Yeah.
And to cover that up, they were like, "Okay, take the position back and race." But I feel that was the wrong thing to do, obviously, because Lando was anyways covering the gap. He was in the DRS range.
Yeah.
He could have tried.
But also the strategy for changing the tires, the pit stop was so late.
Yeah.
I think that was good. That was good, but it could have happened. I think 4 or 5 laps earlier.
A little more earlier, a little more time to cover up. They could have been the fighting position.
And Lando should be the first
In
preference.
my opinion, they doesn't have nothing to lose. And
Yeah.
then they hope in some safety car, Victor safety car.
Something, yeah.
That was the biggest hope.
Yeah. And then he saw that this doesn't happen. And then they try to the most aggressive strategies that.
Good words.
Yes. We use the soft tire and then, of course, a mistake for Lando bit. But
I think the slow pit
Can
stop
happen.
for Lando, and I honestly felt that Lando should be given the priority for the pit stop, but Piastri was given.
I mean, Piastri is leading championship.
Doesn't matter. Lando had that perfect gap to come back to Verstappen. Like when Piastri pitted, Lando had a gap of I think around 15 seconds with Verstappen. If Lando would have pitted then, he would come back 5 seconds behind Verstappen. Could have gotten a chance. And in that fight, Verstappen would have slowed down
Yeah,
while defending. Piastri could have joined the fight as well.
right.
That means it would be a better strategy in my opinion. I might be
Two cars
wrong.
putting the pressure
Yeah.
on the Red Bull. Yeah, true.
Max Verstappen's radio when they told him that this has happened. Oh
It
my
was savage.
god,
It was savage.
extremely savage.
Clear
Yes,
message.
Yeah, clear message. And the way
The whole-
he laughed about it, I think if Max was in this situation with any driver, he would never do it.
They would figure it out in the team later.
Yeah, he would be like, bro, because remember one Monaco when they said let Checo pass, and he said, I've spoken to you about this so many times, I'm not gonna let him pass, I'm not gonna let him pass. Max Verstappen does not give a shit.
The best part of the race is no.
Yeah, because I think even Oscar's gonna be like, because see, Zach Brown has always said that now it's Norris era, this is Norris's year, and blah blah blah.
He's gonna feel that.
He is
I
going to
think
feel
you might
that.
get a new driver in Ferrari. Piastri.
One of the McLaren for sure.
Yeah, just in my opinion, will not leave McLaren.
Maybe Mark Webber will make him leave McLaren, saying that, hey, you know what?
Mark Webber will get him to Red Bull then.
No.
He won't let him go to Ferrari. It's Webber after all.
It is sure. I understand where you're coming from, but Red Bull is not a performing car unless we don't know how Ford actually
So,
and how they.
see, 1 year
There's
is
no car performing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Except for McLaren.
Yeah.
It's because despite McLaren, there is only Ferrari, who
Yeah.
is the second one,
Yeah.
and you know Ferrari. Come on.
It's consistent.
That's
the only thing they're good at. They're just consistent right
No, but also 2026 is a clean slate.
Yeah, everything's changing.
Everything's
That's the
not-
thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Everything
Now,
will change.
McLaren is sticking with Mercedes engine.
Yeah.
Good aerodynamic upgrade from this year.
Yeah.
Plus, you have a very reliable engine.
Yeah.
Both the drivers won't leave.
True.
Going towards Red Bull, Ford coming in, amazing pedigree,
Yeah.
but you never know.
Yeah. Also, like he's told me that there is Tifosi, Tifoso, Tifosa. What is that?
Okay, what's the difference between
Yeah.
those?
What are these three things,
It's
man?
basically
So
Italian
sad.
language. Basically, it's Italian language. Italian language is a little bit complicated for English point of view because we have two different words. The word is the same,
Yeah.
but the last letter, designates like, is different for male, female, more people, only one people, more people, female, all female,
Okay.
people mixture.
Okay.
For example, I am only one person, I'm tifoso.
Okay.
We are more people, we are tifosi.
Okay.
She is male, he is
Female.
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 My bad. She is female and she is tifosa. And if she has other friends, female, also Tifosa. Everybody are Tifose.
Tifosi.
So
Oh
it's
my
singular
God.
and plural.
Plural.
Plural,
And
yes.
also the
Yeah.
gender.
Gen, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. This is the
But-
point.
It's got to be.
But yes, so
Yeah, it's very confusing.
But also I want to understand how has it been with the whole Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen being a part of Ferrari or Alonso? What was the dynamic? Who's the most loved out of the three in Italy?
In my opinion, of course, Sebastian
Sebastian
was
Vettel
very
was the great one,
yes, of course. But in my opinion, the Sebastian main issue was the management, because once Arriva Bene left Ferrari, there was a mistake. Also, when Marchionne was leaving Ferrari, he also pushed for Charles more than Sebastian.
Okay.
And then everybody, we saw what happened once once Charles changed into Ferrari.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is the point.
And what happened in the previous race, we saw that Kimi Antonelli DNF'd Charles Leclerc. How was the Italian versus Italian at that time? Do you think Kimi Antonelli is on the brink of losing his citizenship?
Yes, yes, I think so.
the person you chose for the future of Ferrari.
Is the one who's kicking out
So he
Charles
needs to
Leclerc.
earn it back.
Yeah.
Stay with the team. Get the citizenship back.
I can invite everybody to listen the comment about Italian TV Formula One after this crash.
How was
You
it?
can see silence.
They don't talk anything.
Basically, they says no. That's it. Yes, yes.
But
You do
why?
that. You do that.
So when we are watching the commentary, we're watching it in English. You're watching it in Italian, of course, right?
Yes, of course.
Most
Because
of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your primary language.
Yeah, but I just want to understand that when you're watching it in Italian, do actually the Italian journalists favor or like go against Max, or like how is it? Or are they equal? Or do they favor Charles and like Kimi more? How is it?
of course, we have to
Be very
distinguish.
honest.
Yes, I want to be honest. We have to distinguish the goals that the journalist has. No? Italian journalists have to arrive to Italian people. For that reason, they have to like explore far relationship with Italians, and then of course they themselves support Ferrari. Because also the second journalist who was speaking about during the comments and so on is Marc Gené. You know who is Marc Gené? Marc Gené is a Spanish driver.
Okay.
He used to race also F1 20 years back, and he is working for Ferrari right now.
Right.
Okay. So
This-
they're gonna be
Yes,
biased
they
about-
supporting Ferrari, but of course they are in any case professionals, and then they recognize what is this guy did, and also in the same time also Hamilton at that time they recognized what he did,
Yeah.
and then that was fair in my opinion.
Right.
Good.
When it was 2021, were Italians on the side of Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen?
More Max, but only in 2021 because the next year all changed.
Do you want to ask anything to us?
To you?
To us?
Yes.
Or him?
Collectively.
Or
To
whatever,
you,
yeah.
yeah. For example, how is in your opinion, which team has most support here in India? Ferrari, McLaren?
I think it's come down to Red Bull more over here.
Red Bull.
I
Red
can
Bull and
counter
Ferrari.
that. No, I think that
Red
Ferrari
Bull and
has,
Ferrari.
like, if people are watching it since a very long time, since Schumacher days, it's Ferrari. But I think right now it's McLaren.
So
It's a mix between.
it's a more bigger mix between Ferrari and Red Bull, because Red Bull keeps doing the events over here.
Yeah.
They have a better presence over here.
Yeah.
We're just seeing all the people that we know.
And but also
But even
The
today
thing
at the
is-
fan code thing, everybody was wearing McLaren. Everybody's a Lando Norris fan. So I
McLaren
feel
or Ferrari, but at the same time, when you say Red Bull, you're correct, but not just Red Bull. It's more towards Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Max
think if it
Verstappen.
comes to a team, it is Ferrari from
Yeah.
old times and McLaren as a team
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So
that was
team-wise,
the
yes,
Yeah.
Ferrari and McLaren,
McLaren.
half and half.
And why missing an Indian Grand Prix since a long time?
Because of the tax. Because
So,
in India,
It's not only because of the tax. It was never considered as a sport.
yeah. So
Mm.
It was always
entertainment
considered
tax.
as an entertainment over here. So entertainment tax was levied on it,
Yeah.
which is more expensive. Tickets got more expensive. People wouldn't go. Second part would be because it wasn't treated as a sport. Getting visas for the person traveling.
Yes, correct.
That was a bigger issue.
Yeah. So
Mm.
MotoGP, I had a chat with the person whose wife is basically handling MotoGP in
Mm.
India. And I was having a chat with them and they told me that 3 days before the race, they did not have visas for most riders. And because at that time, F1 was not very popular, people were not even going. So they were not even making money out of the sport, plus they were paying so much taxes, plus the visa issue, so they just thought, forget it, let's
And
not have.
economically
Those
also
are the
to
best
handle
Yeah.
the circuit, the Buddha circuit, which is also a very, very good circuit, it's not that easy, cost-wise.
Obviously,
Yeah.
because they had to have that lock-in with Formula One, and they had to have races for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's when they would get that money out of the
Yeah,
circuit.
exactly.
And majority of the drivers loved that circuit.
Yeah.
Like
Three-
Vettel still says it's one of the top 3
Yeah,
circuits that he raced on.
3 races he won all 3. So
That's true.
yeah.
That's the same place where he went to
Yeah,
the ball, right?
yeah. So I think like Bud circuit is insane. Maybe it will come back, seeing the fan
Maybe.
following, but we
Maybe.
don't know. It depends on the management of Indian
Yes,
government.
of course. And at age there was also one team comes from India, Force India.
Yeah.
I remember very well.
He loves Force India.
It was a brilliant team.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember Nick Hulkenberg when
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
yeah. Yes. The
It,
first line in Interlagos
Yeah.
many years back when he drove Force India.
it was the top midfielder team
Yeah.
over
But
there.
it was huge to have Vijay Mallya own like Force India and like have India on the grid. I don't
India
think-
map on the grid.
Exactly. I don't think any other person in India has had the balls to do that. Like we have so many rich people.
Correct.
You know, it is a rich man's sport and India has a lot of billionaires.
Yeah.
But like, oh my god, what Vijay Mallya did for the motorsport community in
That's
general
crazy.
was very good.
It was very
Yeah.
crazy.
Thank you so much for coming. And before we end the podcast, just imagine that Charles Leclerc has won championship in 2026. Say like 3 lines in Italian, how would you react?
It's very, very simple. Basically, stand up and start to. Very easy.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you like the Charles Leclerc poster. Thank you so much, quote unquote, for the posters.
Thanks to Fan Code
Thanks
for
to
you.
Fan Code for giving me Maxi. Every day I wake up to Max Verstappen's face. It's the best year of my life. Last year I saw Max
I
Verstappen.
think
Now I own a very big poster.
The mics are on
It's
mute.
my heart.
Stop.
Mics are on mute.
I love
touching
Max.
him. Stop touching him.
She's a weirdo.
She's rushing him.